Come on, so let's pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Let's get it. What's going on, my peoples, man? I hope everyone's good. Rising up, having a great day. You know me already. I'm always there to you lot every morning. Yeah, midday, nighttime. Come on, man. Stay consistent, man. Stay giving you lot all the Man United news. So love to everyone that's checking in, supporting us. We keep going, man. We're never going to stop, man. Let's get straight into this, bro. Mbeumo news. It's meant to be some madness. Graham Bailey. The boy Graham Bailey's come out last night and said, yo, Mbeumo to United could be finalized by the end of Monday, which is tomorrow. Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. He doesn't want to go back to Brentford. He doesn't want to go back to Brentford. Yeah? It's done. This is what Mbeumo's saying. He don't want to go back to Brentford. It should be done by the end of Monday. So it's looking promising, bro. Obviously, this came out yesterday, this little article. This is just about more on Mbeumo. But, mate, he doesn't want to go back to Brentford. So Monday, everyone goes back to pre-season training. So Brentford's got their training. We've got our training Monday, tomorrow. Mbeumo does not want to go back to Brentford, and he's made it clear he wants to come to United. So I don't know what's going to happen then. Is training going to start tomorrow and he doesn't turn up for training and then it just all goes mad? It looks like he's forcing a move. It looks like he's gone on strike. It's madness, man. I don't know what's going to happen with this. But Mbeumo to United could be finalized by the end of Monday. Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. And this is, look at the date. The date is at the bottom. The date is at the bottom. This is today's news, mate. You understand? So this is the situation with Mbeumo. Mbeumo done Monday, apparently. Yeah, this is what I've just seen. You get me? This is what I've just seen. I've just seen it. I just woke straight up and said, yo, let me come and show the Metric community what's going on. You get me? This is some big news, bro. When's he coming? It looks like it's Monday at the moment, Paul. If this article is true, it looks like it's going to be Monday. Osihmen is number one strike. Please make plan for Osihmen. I got something for you for Osihmen, you know. We got a little link for him. I got something for you for Osihmen. Don't worry. You know I don't do clickbait, bro. I only put things in that are happening. Osihmen, there's something in there for Osihmen, so I'm going to put that in there in a minute. Just tuned in. What's going on? Mbeumo. This is the Mbeumo news that it's just come out this morning, and that basically it could be finalized tomorrow. The deal could be done tomorrow, and Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. He doesn't want to go back, and everyone goes back to training tomorrow, which is Monday. So it's a techie one. I don't know what's going to happen. This is Graham Bailey that said this. But remember, Ben Jacobs came out yesterday and said that the bid was close. I've got the video still. I might play the video for those that ain't seen it. But Ben Jacobs came out yesterday and said, listen, the bid is it was very close type of thing, so it should get done. So from time Ben Jacobs is saying that yesterday, and then this is coming out today now, that yo, he doesn't want to go back to training. He's forcing the move, basically. He's saying, yo, I don't want to go back. You know where I want to go? I want to go to, even if you look at the middle article, and the last line in the middle article, it says, there's significant interest in Brian. I think it's been documented and publicized about, you know, his current preference. So he's already told he only wants to go to Man United. Now it's coming out today. Listen, Mbeumo to United could be finalized by the end of Monday. Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. So he's told him, I don't want to go back. Make sure you sort my transfer out. I'm not coming back. So he's forcing a move, it seems like. If Graham Bailey is reliable and he's not lying, he's forcing a move. And he's saying the end of Monday, so that's tomorrow. And remember, we start training tomorrow for pre-season training. Like, pre-season starts in about 13 days. But tomorrow is when we start training. So, mate, Everything's up in the air, man. Everything's up in the air. I got a video from Ben Jacobs that came out. I played it yesterday, but I'll play it so you lot can see what Ben Jacobs was saying. I remember Ben Jacobs broke the whole bid. He's the one that broke the whole bid, Ben Jacobs. He came and said, we bidded for Mbeumo, and that's what ended up happening. So I'll play the Ben Jacobs thing so you lot can understand that these articles are all just coming out so close to each other that something's brewing. Do you get it? Something's happening here. So I'll play you the Ben Jacobs video that came out the other day, and you'll see.
The sort of last Friday before pre-season starts. What's your latest understanding of the Mbeumo news?
Yeah, they're still in talks, and let's see what happens today or over the weekend, because Manchester United's expectation is the same, that they'd ideally like to get Bryan Mbeumo in time for when they return for pre-season on July the 7th. They're not going to be reckless or rash. It will be disciplined in the manner in which they try and get this over the line. But I think a lot was made of the rejected bid, but actually you take that 3 weeks between bid 1 and bid 2 to get it as close as possible to standing a chance of success. And when Manchester United bid number 1, they felt like it probably would be turned down, but it's starting a point when you can actually get into conversations. Then when the second bid was made, they felt actually that did stand a realistic chance of success. It was rejected, but in a very different way to the first one, because the parties immediately continued talking and finessing. And this deal is really just about the structure and the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done. Whether that's today or tomorrow, let's see. But remember, Manchester United's original expectation was to try and do the medical this week. We've still got a couple of days left, and to make sure that Mbeumo was in either for July the 7th or as close to that date as possible. And right now, it's just really about the payment structure, about the add-ons. And those add-ons are really important because Manchester United's bid was 55 million, a number in terms of the guaranteed fee relatively acceptable to Brentford, and then 7.5 million in add-ons. Couldn't you remember 62.5 million guaranteed, 3 installments because there was a release clause? So to get it to that same number, the add-ons have to be gettable, or Manchester United need to raise the guaranteed part and then maybe leave the add-ons as less gettable. And this is what's being finessed. So it's not just the number, it's the structure of the deal. And my understanding is the broad number, whether that ends up being 62.5 or 65 million, the broad number is acceptable to Brentford, but it's the structure of the deal, the payment term, how gettable the add-ons are. And that is what they're discussing at the moment. And I'm expecting a breakthrough relatively soon.
What's your understanding of the story that was sort of surfaced in a few days ago that during every and a lot of United fans who just want us to pay the asking price day one and not negotiate have kind of bit on this story, which is every time we go back to negotiate, Brentford essentially put the price up further. Is there any truth to that?
I don't think so. This 70 million number is not one that I've ever recognised from speaking to sources. And I think it was born out of the fact that Brentford wanted a bidding war, and shock horror immediately after Thomas Frank is appointed as the new Tottenham boss. Tottenham allegedly placed a £70 million bid, which allegedly meets Brentford's asking price. And yet, where was the acceptance if that was true? And there wasn't acceptance because my understanding is there simply wasn't a bid. Tottenham pretty strongly deny that they ever made that kind of offer. So I feel like Brentford, as you would expect in a negotiation, it's normal. It's nothing particularly surprising, trying to get the highest possible number. And to do that, they need a little bit of competitive tension. But I don't think Tottenham ever bid. We discussed this on the show a couple of weeks ago. Bryan Mbeumo only wants Manchester United, but clearly very welcome and beneficial to Brentford to be able to say, Mbeumo's old manager's now joining Spurs. Spurs are looking to strengthen in that position. It's absolutely true that Tottenham were interested in Mbeumo, but prior to Thomas Frank being appointed, Mbeumo had told all suitors that had approached him he only wanted Manchester United. So Manchester United have felt in control of this negotiation for quite some time, but they have to respect Brentford. And I don't think it's particularly abnormal or slow to go from bid 1 way off to bid 2 not that far off to bid 3 get the deal done. It's pretty much mirrored the path of Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, where they bid once, it got dismissed out of hand. They waited a little bit, they discussed it. Yesterday, they bid 55 million. It's not instantly accepted, but as of last night, advancing and very close. And second bids and third bids, when you're still at the table, are usually quite encouraging, because you know if you're still talking, even if officially they've been turned down, that's the time when you start finessing and start to say, we're not that far off. And this is where Manchester United are with Mbeumo. So I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think Manchester United remain optimistic that this deal will get done sooner rather than later.
So you're hearing that, yeah? Optimistic is going to get done sooner rather than later. He said that yesterday, Ben Jacobs. So Ben Jacobs has said it's very close. He doesn't even know how they never accepted the last bid. It was that close. So now this next bid has to get accepted or we're going to walk away. And then today, Graham Bailey isn't going to come out and say something like this. He's going to ruin his whole name if this don't happen. So I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but if this doesn't happen and what he's saying ain't true, he's going to ruin his whole career. So Ben Jacobs has basically said it's close. That was yesterday. And then now Graham Bailey's come out this morning and said, listen, Mbeumo to United could be finalized by the end of Monday. Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. He doesn't want to go back. So he's forcing the move. I want to go to Man United. I've told you I want to go there. They've bidded more or less what I've asked for you to bid. Let me go to Manchester United. He's forcing the move. That's the situation with Mbeumo. Yeah? So tomorrow is Monday. Pre-season training starts for everybody. Brentford, Man United, everyone comes from holiday tomorrow. So that's the situation with Mbeumo. Hopefully they just give up and say, you know what, this geezer wants to go. We're already getting the 60 million out of him. Let's just take the money. Because he only wants us. He's made it clear he wants us. There was no Tottenham bid, which Ben Jacobs just said, by the way. He literally just said there was never a Tottenham bid. If there was a Tottenham bid, why has it not been accepted? If Tottenham bid is £70 million, why has it not been accepted? So there was never a Tottenham bid in the first place. That's just all negotiation tactics to make us pay more. But Mbeumo is looking very, very likely that it's going to be done tomorrow. Hopefully, I hope Graham Bailey's not having a stinker, because something like this can ruin your career. If Graham Bailey says this and it doesn't happen, he's finished. So I hope that it really goes through. Big up yourself, man. United, I like Osihmen. Yeah, you like everyone, Temmers again, man. But the Mbeumo deal was taking ages. Why not walk away and focus on other targets? Why did we same with Everton on their defender? Yeah, Branthwaite, we've done the same with that, right? It's true. Temmers again, I agree with you. Striker. Ain't he deadline tomorrow? If United don't do a deal before the 7th, they will look for alternatives. No. There's no deadline on the deal. We want him for pre-season. We get on the plane for pre-season in like 17 days or 14 days or something. So we don't get on a plane yet. So right now it's just training. We're just training in Carrington. So we're trying to train with our team. So tomorrow, hopefully it's done, man. Hopefully it's done tomorrow and we're all good. All right, people, like and subscribe, man. You lot know we do this every day for you lot, man. All the Man United news. Hit the likes up, man. The likes are not mad. Why is the likes not going crazy in here? Come on, man. The metric community, you lot know us, man. We're all one, man. You know we do this together every day. We're out here. Yeah, so make sure you hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We do every morning, every evening, every night. All the Man United news. And Mbeumo no longer interested in playing for the Bees. Brentford, big up, lad. Come to the big club. 100. Come on, Shoma. Come on, Shoma. Yeah, it's that time now. It looks like he's done. He's tired of the saga. We're all tired of it. It seems like he's tired of it himself. Good morning, Chris. Yes, brother. Even if Spurs bid 70 for Mbeumo, the player has a presence and preference. Yeah. He's already said, Zahara, he's already said he only wants Man United. And this middle article is from the Manchester Evening Men, which has basically said the same thing. He says, look at the last line. There's significant interest in Brian. I think it's been documented and publicized about. You know his current preference. So everybody knows he wants to come to Manchester. He's turned down Spurs. He's turned down Newcastle. He's turned down Arsenal. He wants to come to Manchester. So come on. He's already wants to come to Manchester. We're offering you something that's close to what you're asking for. You lot are just playing games with us, mate. You got what I'm trying to say? They never bidded no 70 million. They never bidded 70 million. If they bidded 70 million, then you would have accepted it. Why have you not accepted it? It doesn't make no sense, bro. So they're trying to play games with us. We're not trying to have it, but it seems like it's finally coming to a deadline. It's been going on for months. It's getting boring now. It's finally coming to a deadline. Even if Spurs bid 100 million for Mbeumo, the player's preference is United, so let's be calm and see what happens. Yeah, exactly. They never bid the 70 million though. Ben Jacobs just said it in the video. I just played you the video, and Ben Jacobs said they never bid the 70 million. He literally said it. Brian Mbeumo, great. Yes, Kevin, man. It should happen, Kev. Hopefully tomorrow. But he's forcing the move now. Let's pray for Mbeumo deal to be successful. Hundo, Shoma. Morning. What's going on, Joe? It still needs to happen. It's been 6 weeks now. Still no, here we go. Exactly. It's been going on for ages. But listen, Graham Bailey's come out this morning. Look at the time and date at the bottom. 6:44 and said, listen, Brian Mbeumo to United could be finalised by the end of Monday. And Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. He's made it clear. So Mbeumo's made it clear he doesn't want to go back there. So from time he's saying he don't want to go back to Brentford, it's got to be done now. And Ben Jacobs, for those that just came in the chat, I just played a video. Ben Jacobs went on the terrace yesterday and said, listen, it was so close, the second bid, that the fact that they even rejected it was mad. Like, it was that close. So if they're going for another bid now, it has to get accepted. That's what Ben Jacobs is saying. Ben Jacobs broke the whole bid. He's the one that broke the whole news about Mbeumo. So if Ben Jacobs said that the day before yesterday, and then now today you've got Brian Mbeumo to United could be finalised by Monday, he's made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. How much time does he got to make it? He made it clear that he wants Man United only. He said he don't want Arsenal. He said he don't want Newcastle. He said he don't want Spurs. He's making it clear. I only want United. They've bidded close to what you lot asked for. You're taking the piss. I only want to go there. So now he's turning around and saying, listen, mate, I want to go to Man United, mate. I just want to go to United. Yeah, I'm not coming back to Brentford. I don't want to come back for training. Looks like he's forcing a move and he's going to go on strike. He's forcing a move, man. In the future, Brentford want to sign one of our players. We should take the piss, but they'll never be able to sign one of our players. They go for cheap players and then sell them for big. They'll never be able to afford one of our players. But are we looking at any other options apart from Mbeumo? I don't think we are, because we're so close. Zahara, you know what I'm going to do for you, Zahara, yeah? By the time I've gone through all the videos and all the documents of today, at the end, I'm going to play the Ben Jacobs video again so you can see what Ben Jacobs said. We were so close to getting Mbeumo by the second bid that he's even confused that they rejected it. It was so close. So now the next bid he's saying has to go through or we walk away. Good morning, the channel. Well done. Good job. Suspicious. Love, man. Appreciate you. You know me. Every day I'm here for you, lot, man. That's what I'm saying to you, lot. Whoever's new here, we do this every morning, every evening, every night. All the Manchester United news. So make sure you subscribe and hit the likes up. Let's make the likes go mad. There's 90 of you lot in here. The likes are not even half of that. Come on, man. Let's get the likes up, man. It's free. Just press the button. Simple. Come on, man. Brentford are just trying to be tricky with United, and Mbeumo only wants United. Hopefully, we'll hear an agreement between us and Brentford on Monday. Yes, on you too. 100%, man. They're being tricky, but remember, they're trying to get every last penny out of us. Every last million they can get, they're trying to get it out of us. Who's going to be the number 9? I'm going to get into that in a second, okay? Don't worry. I'll get into all of that in a second. We've got Calvert Lewin, Osihmen. Stick around. I'm going to get into that. Let's just talk about Mbeumo right now, because this is the big news, and then we'll talk about them. Don't worry. We need to get the deal done, mate. Much love. 100% Biggie, man. This is lovely news to see, but like I'm saying to you, if Graham Bailey's come out and said this today at 6 in the morning and it's not true, he's killed his whole career. It has to be true. And that's a big thing. If it's come out that, yo, Mbeumo has made it clear he's not going back to training, he's going on strike to come to Man United, the deal's more or less done, bro. Because, mate, we were so close to getting the deal done already. That's what Ben Jacobs is saying. So if we were so close to getting it done and now he's forcing the move, and on top of that, we're going to go for a third bid, It's more or less done. So he's saying Bryan Mbeumo to United can be finalised by the end of Monday. So Monday, which is tomorrow, everyone have their eyes wide open and look out for the Mbeumo news, because it should be going off. Something should be brewing with that. Me, I'm calm. When it comes to United transfer, because the past 10 years has been signing most of the players past 11th of July. Yeah, it's true. Even this year, we've moved a bit quicker. We've moved quicker this year. We tried to get Mbeumo wrapped early. We've got Cunha wrapped. So you're right. You're 100% right. So that's the situation with Mbeumo, lads. United could be finalised by tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully it goes through. He's made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. So let's see what happens with this. The Brentford sporting directors come out and basically said, yeah, there's a lot of interest, but his preference is Man United. Ben Jacobs spoke yesterday and said, listen, it was very close, that it was even a shock that it got rejected. So the next bid is 100% due to get over the line. I'm going to spin back on it. So for those that I've missed this, don't worry, I'll come back on it after. And then we've got Calvert Lewin. This is one of our striker targets, apparently, yeah? Listen to this. Manchester United are reportedly set to make a move for Dominic Calvert Lewin following his release from Everton, because he's a free agent right now. Man United are making a move to sign free agent Dominic Calvert Lewin, reluctant Nico. Look at this geezer's stats compared to Højlund. Look at this geezer that we're linked with. I know he's a free agent, but look at his stats compared to Højlund, the guy that we're trying to get rid of. Look at his stats compared to him. Højlund scored 10 goals last season, 2 assists. This geezer got 3 goals. He's always injured. The geezer is always injured. So he's probably not even going to have the same goals as Højlund because he's always injured. We've already dealt with injuries. Mason Mount, Luke Shaw. We had Martial in the past. We had Varane. We can't be getting players that are injury prone, bro. Look at the man's stats. If your stats are not better than Højlund, you shouldn't be anywhere close to my club. 8 goals, 3 assists. Højlund got 16 and 2 assists. Look at Højlund in Atlanta, got 10 goals, 2 assists. This geezer got 2 goals in one season. Bruv, I can't deal with you, man. This is who we're linked with today as a striker target. There's no way this is true. There's no way. This has got to be a laugh. It's got to be April Fool's Day or something. This is no way this is true. So this is the situation. This is coming up. But let me tell you why this is even coming out. This is coming out because we're moving so slow in the transfer market that they can make rumors like this up and people believe it because we're moving so slow. If we bought Mbeumo by now and then we was in for a striker, it was Gyökeres or something, mate, we wouldn't even need to do this. This wouldn't be coming up. They can't do this to any other club. You think they can put this rumor out for Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea? They will know it's fake straight away. But they can do this for Man United right now because we're moving so slow in the transfer that they can sit there and go, what story can I make today that might be a bit true? Let's put a striker because that's what Man United need. Gyökeres is basically rejected them. Arsenal's are in for Gyökeres. Who's that? The Lap rejected them and went Chelsea. We'll say Calvert Lewin's going Man United. And that's the situation. So now it's being reported that we're looking at Calvert Lewin. But listen to this, mate. When you look at in-year signings, mate, we ain't seen no type of free agents like this. We don't get players like this. We get players in their prime or we get gems. So I don't even think this is true. I wouldn't think about it too much. But he's a free agent. Look at the geezer's record in his last 4 years. He hasn't even scored more than 9 goals. And we're trying to get rid of Rasmus Højlund, who scored 10 goals last season. I'll rather keep Rasmus Højlund than go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. The guy's body is always breaking down. He's always getting injured. It's a myth. Like, I'm not on it, bro. This has got to be a laugh. I thought this was April Fool's. I have to check the date. I woke up and said, this is 1st of April or something, mate. This is crazy. Yeah, this is crazy, mate. So, yeah, man. This is the situation with Calvert-Lewin, mate. Let me take some of these chats. Laugh out loud. Come on. Calvert Lewin, yeah, I thought it was a joke. I woke up and I'm like that. Was I dreaming, mate? I thought it was a joke. This guy is injury prone. No sense bringing more players to sit on the bench, mate. This guy won't even be on the bench. He'll just be in the medical room. He ain't gonna get on the bench. He's always injured. Dominic, tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it, Kev. That news on Calvert Lewis. I hope to God we don't go for this player. And no disrespect to him, I'd rather take Keane. 100%, mate. I think this is fake news, isn't it? I think they've just woken up and said, who can we link to Man United and get a story out of? They can't link them to no other big club because everyone's doing transfers and everyone's linked to someone. The Lap rejected us. Gyökeres is favouring Arsenal. So it's like, oh, we could just go for Calvert Lewin. They might believe that. That's what it is. I don't think we're ever going to go for Calvert Lewin. I'll be real with you. I think this story is a non-story. They've just literally done it and they're just trying to make it seem like it's something out of nothing. Jonzo shot. You can quote me, Mbeumo be done this week and we will get Gyökeres. Calvert Lewin is stupid noise. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. Jonzo, 100% I'm with you. I'm not really taking this in like I'm saying. I think they've just woken up and realized we can spin a story on Man United and people click it. Remember, Man United is the biggest club in Europe anyway. Not Europe, sorry, in England. So they make stories about us all the time anyway. But now it's like, how can we get a story out of nothing? Calvert Lewin. Look at the geezer. He's worse than Hoyland. I can't be getting a striker at my club that is worse than Hoyland. That doesn't even make no sense. That doesn't even make no sense. He's worse than Hoyland. The only thing about him is free. No way Calvin is a striker, then you can buy one of the foreigner players. Please fire the recruitment staff. Listen, I don't even think Man United is even know about this. They probably don't even know about this in Manchester. They're probably like, huh? What's he talking about? Like, what? Calvert Lewin? Where's that come from? They're probably laughing about it. I like and subscribe, my peoples, man. We do this every day for you lot, man. Every day, evening, morning, night. Man United news, you come here first. Make sure you like, subscribe, man. The likes are not even half. We ain't even got half of the likes. 90 people in there. We ain't even got half. Come on, man. Just hit the button. Like up the place. Let's get the algorithm going, man. Come on, man. We're not going for Lewin for the top 9 position. He's just going to be a squad player. United is still going to go for a top 9. Listen, I don't think we're going for him at all. I think it's just made up. It's a rumor. I think they've just woken up and made a rumor. Look at this. Look at the time and the date. It's at the bottom. 7:30 today. They've just made it up. I don't even think it's true, mate. He should be linked to Burnley. 100%. Burnley, Sunderland, one of them teams. 100%. Man, you must sign Ivan Toney. Nah, he's on too much wages. He's on too much wages. He's good with spirits in the Premier League. Also add Richard midfield from Galatasaray. I don't really know Richard from Galatasaray, but Tony's wages are too crazy. When a player goes to Saudi, their wage is too crazy when they won't even come back to Europe. When they do come back, you've got to pay their whole wage. Remember, if they're getting paid like $350 in Saudi, if you to come back to Europe and start getting paid $180, it's crazy. So I don't think he'll come back now. It's all over the internet. You can't cover this up. Yeah, it's there, man. Embarrassing. Hey, Sean, listen. This is what they've been doing to us. Man United get linked to players left, right, and centre. But I don't think this is true. Because, come on, it's easy to make a story out of a player that's not in a club. It's easy. But when you look at all the Ineos signings, Mbeumo, Cunha, who we're going for, and all the little gems that are under 18, we ain't going for no one that's 30 plus. We're not doing stuff like that. This is what Glazers used to do. Cavani. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll go for players in their last bit. Casemiro, 30. Like, they don't do that in Ineos. So I can't see this even happening. And Ben Jacobs spoke about him and he said, someone like Calvert Lewin, we could go for him, but that would be like if we're in the end of the window and there's a hole in the squad. So if we realize that we ain't got a striker and we really need one, that's when we'll go for someone like him. Apart from that, we would never take him serious. I'd rather start Xerxes as our striker rather than, if we can't get Gyökeres or Osihmen, we need to go for Mateta. He's 30 million. No, he's not 30 million. He's 40 million apparently, but they're giving him a new contract on U2, and that new contract is going to have 60 million in there, apparently. So he's not going to be 30 million. This is what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying it's going to be 30 million, 40 million. No. So I don't know what's going to happen. And Thuram, would he even come? Would he come here right now? He's Inter, Champions League. Would he turn around and say, let me go to Man United, finish 15th? This is what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know what's going to happen, man. But like I said, Ben Jacobs said a lot of things. And he said, Calvert Lewin, we could go for him in the end, but that's like a last result. If we get to the August the 30th and we still ain't signed a striker or there's a hole in the squad, that's what he said. If there's a hole in the squad, we could go for someone like Calvert Lewin. It's just on a free come for 1 year or something. But It's not, we're linked with him now to be our main striker. There's no way. And we're not making a move. I don't think we're making a move. But we'll see what happens with that. Let's get on with the more news, yeah? And we'll spin back round. Don't worry. Anyone that missed the Mbeumo stuff, I'll show you the Mbeumo stuff. I'll play the video from Ben Jacobs. Don't worry. We'll get to that. Victor Osimhen. He wants Manchester United move. This is from a Spanish outlet, yeah? He said this last night that he wants the Man United news. I've got another document about Osimhen, but this is just more news about like that's come out this morning. And then you've got Solskjaer. He wants to link back up with Jadon Sancho. Obviously, Jadon Sancho already had an offer from the Turkish league. He had an offer from Fenerbahce, which is Jose Mourinho. He spoke to him on the phone, and I think he told them, I don't want to come to Turkey. I want to stay in the top 5 leagues because he wants to try and make the World Cup. So I can't see Sancho going to Besiktas. Osimhen wants United. Pre-season starts in 13 days, and then we play Leeds. So remember, 13 days from now, we're training for it. We're just training for pre-season, and then we go. So we've still got 13 days to get some players in that can train with us a little bit, understand the system, and then we face Leeds in 13 days. So right this second, we've got to be going ham with the training. So yeah, so I don't think this Besiktas thing is going to happen because Sancho, he's close to Juventus. They came out yesterday that he's close to Juventus. I'll show you about him. But Osimhen apparently wants Man United move. This has come out today from Football Frigitas, which is a Spanish outlet. I'll show you something else about Osimhen. What's going on, Aswin? Hope you're good, bro. And I'll show you something else about Osimhen that came out yesterday. This is what came out yesterday. More reports about Osimhen. And Victor Osimhen to Man United transfer latest 64 million deal approved. Man United could be one step closer to signing the elite number 9, Ruben Amorim craves. And the article basically just breaks it down and basically says, listen, he's going to be 64 million, which is a bundle compared to Gyökeres, who's going to be 80 million. So we want him, but his wages are an obstacle. That's what's going on with him. His wages is the only thing. And we've got to sell some players before we can even go for him. So the only off, that's why it says, look, on the title, Victor Osimhen to Man United transfer latest. As 64 million deal approved, but one problem stands. And that problem is we have to sell before we buy, and his wages are the obstacle. Do you get it? Obviously, Juventus and Napoli have both got 2 players that they don't want. Osimhen is at Napoli, they don't want him. Vlahovic is at Juventus, and they don't want him. So they're trying to do a swap deal, but Vlahovic rejected it. He said, I'm not going to Napoli. I want to leave for free next year and get my bonus. Because remember, when you sign as a free agent, you get a bonus fee. So that's the situation with that. So, yeah, Vlahovic intends to stay at Juventus until his contract expires in June 2026. He's turning down all offers. He wants to leave for free next year. They don't want him there. They don't want him in Juventus. And he said, I'm not leaving. Yeah, pay me my money. He's on 310K a week. Osimhen's on something mad as well. So they're just trying to do a straight swap. And he's saying, no, I'm not going Napoli. I'm going to leave for free, get my bonus. It's crazy. So that's the situation with Osimhen. It's good to see more reports are coming out. These 2 reports came out yesterday. This has come out as well. That's 3 different sources. Football Fajitas, whatever, Team Talk, and MEN, which is Manchester Evening News. So that's 3 different journalists talking about Osimhen. Things are brewing. So hopefully he drops his wage, innit? Hopefully he just turns around and says, listen, no proper clubs are in for me. Let me just drop my wage and I can go to Man United. So it says he wants Man United. What did it say? Look, it said Osimhen wants Manchester United move. So let's see what happens with that. Like it says, even though we lack Champions League football, it's not stopping us with our pursuit with Osimhen. So it's a mad one. We'll see what happens with that, man. Let me take a few of these. How do we go from Lewin to Osimhen in the same day? It's crazy, bro. We're Man United. You could just link us to the whole world. This is what happens, bruv. Amorim, a good manager with a vision and a good future. I trust in him. Me too, man, Schumann, man. Hopefully this pre-season, they just gel with what he wants to do and then they go ham in the season. 1 game a week as well. No tiredness. Transfer fee was never ushered. Exactly. That's what I said. Really, it's not new news, but it's just good to see that his name's coming up again. Do you get it? It's not really new news that we ain't heard of, but the fact that his name's coming up again by 3 different journalists, it's just like, I like that. But it's not nothing new. Do you know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on Diego Leon and Osimhen? I wouldn't say no, but his wages, wow, can't get rid of. I don't even think we'll sign him unless he drops his wages. That's the difference. He has to drop the wages or we won't even sign him. So that's the problem with Osimhen. So if we're even linked with him, that just shows that he must be dropping some type of wages. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to come unless he drops his wages. This is all player power. Fergie warned everyone about this years ago. Yeah. He's on a different thing. He's on a different thing, bro. He's on a different thing. He's on a different thing. Yep. I'm still waiting on Mbeumo. I'm still waiting on a medical with Mbeumo with no agreement on fee or anything. Mate, this is what I'm saying, bruv. When you got articles coming out left, right, and centre saying it's done, medical, this is why I don't even report it no more. Only today that it's come out and he said what he said. I said, yeah, I have to say this. But you see, Mbeumo, go on my last streams. I don't even report about him no more. I can't be bothered. I've had reliable people come out and say it's done. Medical next week. Ben Jacobs broke the bid. He's the one that broke the whole bid. And then he turned around and said the medical next week. And there's no medical. I can't keep up, bro. But today, the news that's come out today is very promising about him. And obviously with the pre-season coming up tomorrow and all of that, all the training for it, it seems like you get it. Seems like something's brewing there. Let's get into the freedom fighter. This is what came out yesterday about the freedom fighter. Sancho, he's waiting for Juventus to improve their salary offer by £1 million a year. Just 1 million. Remember, we've gone from this guy's not close to dropping his wage to no one. Chelsea couldn't pay his wage. Napoli couldn't pay his wage. Fenerbahce, everyone turned around and said, we ain't got time for him. Now, we finally got a club that's close. Look, it says Sancho is waiting for Juventus to drop it for 1 million. And when you look at the middle one, it's obviously translated. So you've got to look at the bottom. It says Juventus have now reportedly reached an agreement with Man United for the purchase of Sancho's contract, 25 million. But obviously an agreement with Sancho remains to be found regarding the player. The player would ask for 8 million euros per season, while Juventus, for their part, would offer 6 to 7. So it's not far. 6 to 7, 8, compromise. If they drop it to 500k or something, it should happen. And then obviously it says Juventus has proposed a swap deal for Douglas Luiz. I don't think we want him. His injury record is bad. Sancho has only Juventus in his mind and he's willing to take a pay cut. That's the most promising thing there. He's willing to take a pay cut. So obviously he's took the pay cut, and then now they're in a £1 million deficit. That's it. Apparently they're fighting over 1 million. As soon as that 1 million it gets dropped or something, maybe Sancho might have to turn around and go, oh, you know what? Let me just drop the million. Or they're gonna have to go out. We'll push up to 500k and that's it. It hopefully gets done, and then we leave it like that. And then the freedom fighter can get his freedom. We get our freedom. He goes. It's all perfect for everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? That situation with freedom fighter. I think he definitely needs to go. He's the first one out of all that needs to go. The rest of them, I ain't really got a problem with the rest of them. Rashford, Anthony's and that. But freedom fighter, oh my gosh, he needs to go. I don't think he's gave us one good memory. Garnacho, he's done the overhead kick. He scored in the FA Cup final. He's done little things there and there. Anthony scored in his first 3 games. He scored against Arsenal and we won. Scored against City. He scored against Everton. Rashford, come on, he's been into the academy. He's gave us a few memories. 30-goal season. Scored in the Carabao Cup final. All of them have gave us something, apart from him. This geezer's gave us nothing. We need to get him out of here as soon as possible, man. Literally. Man, new transfer window, not easy. Targeted players to expensive wage of normal. Exactly, Shoma. That's where the problem is. Because of the last regime, to get rid of these players is so hard because of their wages. And remember, we just finished 15th. No one should have any standards. It should be, we finished 15th, I need to leave and go somewhere. All of them are turning around and having standards. Sancho wasn't dropping his wage for Chelsea, Napoli or Fenerbahce. Rashford saying, I'm only waiting for Barcelona. Garnacho, I'm only staying in the Premier League. Why has everyone got standards? Anthony, I'm only want to go Real Betis. What's going on here? We finished 15th. You weren't good enough. You got to leave. You went over there alone. You're not wanted over here. And everyone's still saying, nah, on my terms. Garnacho saying, I'm only leaving to go to a Premier League club. You should get out of here, bro. You shouldn't have that say. You shouldn't have that say, bro. Osihmen is adamant, a huge wage demand because you don't want Napoli to get a huge transfer fee. Mate, Osimhen's my number one. If we got to sign someone, I want it to be Osihmen. Yeah, because he's aerially, he scores goals with his head, left foot, right foot. Gyökeres don't really score goals with his head. That's the only thing I don't really like. So that's the only thing. Man United flop players are hard to sell, 100%. And everyone's seeing it. See, remember, all of our problems are in the media. All these other clubs might have arguments. We don't know about it. And Kudus for sale, we don't even know about it. We don't know what happened. He might have had an argument with Maresca. Madueke's close to going to Arsenal. We don't know what happened between them. They might have had an argument. But Sancho falls out of Ten Hag all over the world. Garnacho in training all over the world. Rashford all over the world. Everyone knows everything. So when they come into us, they're saying, you don't want to sell these players. Here, just take that. And we have to budge. We want 40 million for Rashford. We're never going to get 40 million. We're never going to get it. Hit the likes, my peoples, man. How's these likes so pony, man? You don't need to hit the likes, man. Come on, man. 138 likes. Let's run it up, man. Run up the likes. Subscribe if you're new here. We do this every day for you, man. The Man United news, morning, evening, night. We don't take no days off. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're running up the likes, my peoples. Osihmen don't want Napoli to make a significant... Yeah. 100%, man. 100%. He basically hates Napoli. Saudi offers significant transfer fees as well. Yeah. Saudi money. He turned down Saudi money. If you're turning down Saudi money, I don't know what you want a week, mate. 500k or something. I don't know what he wants. I just cooked up this story about Osimhen. Does this show that I can now work in the transfer media? You're funny. You said you made that all up. That he wants a lot of money. But, bro, he does hate Napoli, though. So what you're saying is more or less true anyway. He does hate Napoli. Saudi came in and he turned down Saudi. So it's true anyway. Hope we don't ever give any player more than 200k to win the Premier League. Cunha's going to be on 150. Mbeumo is due to be on 150. And then you've got to work your way to 200k. So by the time you stay to your next contract, you've obviously done enough to stay. So you're working it. You see how Luke Shaw's been here for 9-10 years? Come on. That won't happen no more. You come, you have a couple shit seasons, you're gone. That's what Omar Barada said. If you 18 months is the most you're gonna get now. After 18 months, you're showing us you're not good enough, you're gone. Hoyland, they're trying to sell him. They're not trying to loan him, they're trying to sell him now. Come on, man, Joe. Love for that. Get the likes up, my peoples, man. You lot are moving mad with these likes. Just press the button, bro. Just the button. Free. Get the likes up. This came out yesterday about Kudus. I don't think we're going to buy Kudus. I'll be real with you lot. But this came out yesterday and it says Man United are interested in Mohamed Kudus. He has an 85 million release clause, but the only first 10 days of July. West Ham are willing to sell him for less than the clause. So they're willing to sell him for about 60 million. Tottenham put a bid in yesterday, as you lot saw. They got refused, they got rejected. But Ed Aarons came out and said, Man United hold interest in Kudus. It's going to be about 60 million. He has a release clause for his first 10 days. Chelsea's interested, Newcastle and Spurs also. And then obviously, ex-West Ham United employee is very reliable, yeah, for West Ham News. And he said West Ham are confident that Chelsea will submit a better offer for Kudus than Tottenham's current bid. So Tottenham just bidded, it got rejected. West Ham think Chelsea are going to come in. And remember, Chelsea are selling Madueke to Arsenal. Soon as Madueke goes to Arsenal, they've got the slot to get a winger. So as soon as Madueke goes to Arsenal, it's probably going to be Kudus. I think we're not in for Kudus. These links, we're putting it out there just in case Mbeumo for Brentford to think, yeah, we've got another option. So we're going into Brentford. Yo, what are you saying? We're going to give you this and we're walking off. What are you saying? And just for them to see in the media that, look, they've got another option. Kudus is going to be 60 million and Mbeumo 65. So if they reject that one, the next bid, we could just go for Kudus. So they might have this one in their head like, ooh, if we reject this one, they're actually going to go for Kudus. So I don't think we're in for Kudus. And like I said, Tottenham are going back in for him. They made a bid, they got rejected. They're going back in. And Chelsea, as soon as they sell Madueke, they want Kudus. They don't want Garnacho no more. No one wants Garnacho. They want Kudus. So, yeah, it came out the day for yesterday. I thought I'll show you lot. Kudus is Spurs, man. I reckon he's going to go Chelsea, you know. I don't think he'll go Spurs. I think he'll go Chelsea. If they sell Madueke first, of course. Because they're looking to sell Madueke. So as soon as they sell Madueke, then they're going to go for Kudus, which is mad. Chelsea are building a little super team, you know. I don't know if you lot are seeing it, bruv. They're building a little super team still. Bare stars, but it's like they got so much players. I don't know how they got all of these players, mate. Osihmen is a goal. He wants to come to Man U, but his wages are too much. So way too much, man. Way too much. Way too much. He literally chose Spurs, but Spurs bidded and it got rejected, mate. SSJ got rejected, brother. I've seen Fabrizio said he wants to go Spurs, but that doesn't mean anything. It's the same thing with Mbeumo. Mbeumo literally chose Man United. He's still not here. you know what I'm saying? And Mbeumo chose Manchester United. He's still not here. And apparently West Ham don't want to sell to Tottenham. They don't want to sell to Tottenham. They want to sell to Chelsea. So he could go to Chelsea. It isn't done yet. It don't matter who you chose. And Mbeumo chose us. He's still not here yet. So I would like Kudus though. I don't really mind him. But he had a bad season last season though. He scored 5 goals. 5 goals, 4 assists he got. That's crazy. Kudus my preferred choice. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how Ten Hag went to fucking Ajax and bought us Anthony and didn't bring us Kudus. And Kudus was half the money, 40 million. Anthony was 80. Jolting. They'll just bid 65. They were done. I don't think Levy's going to bid 65 mil. I don't think he's going to do that. They just bidded 50 million plus 5. 50 million plus 5 or something like that in 5 years as well. They wanted it in installments for 5 years. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird one, but obviously he's going to go one of them places. I know he wants to go Tottenham, but the bid's got to make sense. And I think they want to sell to Chelsea. They got some weird rivalry. West Ham and Tottenham have got a weird rivalry that they don't sell to each other, apparently. It's just come out the other day. They don't sell to each other ever. They'll rather sell to someone else. And if you look back, you can't think of any players that's gone from West Ham to Tottenham or Tottenham to West Ham. It don't happen. They've got a weird rivalry, some London rivalry thing. I don't know what's going on. Are we going to ignore Gyökeres and Osihmen over Calvert Lewin? What do you mean? Oh, as in Man United? No. Calvert Lewin's fake, man. Don't worry about that, man. This is bullshit, mate. Don't worry about this, mate. This is just, we've woken up. What can we do today? Let's talk about Man United and link them to Calvert Lewin. Come on, man. This is just bullshit. He's a free agent. We're mucking around in the transfer window. We're mucking around. So obviously, because we're mucking around, they can come out and make these stories. If we were moving crazy how we started the window, remember, 1st of June, we unveiled Cunha. Cunha's signing for Man United. 2nd of June, that's when we was in for Mbeumo. So we started the window in a positive way, but then now we've been mucking around for a whole month of Mbeumo that they can make all of these things now. They can make all of these reports. We're not in for him. This guy's worse than Højlund. Look at the difference between him and Højlund. You can't be worse than Højlund and we take you in. Come on, man. That's not happening, mate. There's no point. It's not happening. Nah, that shit, clear that. Calvert Lewin is crazy now. Oh, mate, tell me about it. Spurs are out the race for Mbeumo. Brentford got to take the final offer. Yeah, 100%. I got a video for you anyway from Ben Jacobs for yesterday. And I got the Mbeumo news. Don't worry, I'm going to spin back on it. Anyone that's missed the Mbeumo news, I'm going to spin back on it. I don't do clickbait, mate. Everything's proper. You're going to see. Injury prone, Calvert Lewin. Yeah, he's the worst. Richard Rios. I don't know if I see a little link with us. We were linked with him yesterday, but we ain't been linked with him too much, though. It's Richard Rios. We were linked with him yesterday, though, but no one's certified. I'm sure after 3 years, our academy young players will be unstoppable. No need to buy him. Hopefully, we could be like Barcelona, bro. Them man on a different thing. We're linked with a few midfielders, but it's on and off, man. And it's not no one certified yet. This is what I'm saying. We're linked to Rios yesterday. Richard Rios, we linked with him yesterday. He's a cheaper version of Edison, but we'll see. And we're linked with Ndidi as well. Love for that, SSJ. Appreciate it. We're linked with Ndidi as well. And he's going to be 5 million. So I don't know. Let me move on, though, and we'll come back. We'll spin around anyway for those that's missed everything. Nkuku. We're linked with Nkuku yesterday. This came out, man. United have been quoted 35 million to sign Christopher Nkuku. This is getting briefed from Chelsea. I went onto the actual document and it's basically just saying, listen, we're linked with him because of the Garnacho stuff. They want Garnacho. They're really trying to get rid of him. He really wants to leave. As it says from Rob Dawson, look, Man United have been offered Christopher Nkuku. He's desperate to leave Chelsea, but he's very much considered a backup option. And when you look at this thing, this article, they're saying that he's a striker. We won't need a striker like Nkuku. Do you know what I'm saying? Nkuku is basically like a Xerxes. Not that he's good as Xerxes, but I'm saying he's like he's not a striker that gets on the end of the ball. He comes to the ball. We won't go and get another one of them players. We want a proper striker. Everyone we've been linked with, Delap, Gyökeres, Osihmen, they're all strikers, number 9. You put the ball in the box, they're going to be there to get on the end of it. He's not that type of geezer. So I cannot see this even materializing. And all the links of Nkuku are all Chelsea links. They're never Man United links. It's always Chelsea links that are talking about him. Look at the geezer's injury record. He gets injured every season and he's always out for games. Like he missed 6 games last season, 27 days. 68, 14 games the season before that. He's always injured, bro. Last season, look, he had a hip injury. The season before last, sorry. Hamstring, hip, fitness, knee injury. He's always injured. And that's what they've done to us. They already done that to us with Mason Mount. They gave us an injury-prone player. And then now they're going to give it to us again. Come on, man. I'm not taking him. I don't want nothing to do with Nkuku. Even that celebration, I don't think I've seen it for about 6 months, mate. Yeah, stay away from him, please. I'm sure after... Manu must buy indeed. Good. He's 29. I don't know about young. He's 29. But 5 million isn't the worst, isn't it? But he is 29. Nah, man. His injury record is terrible, man. Have you seen his injury record? His injury record is mental. Let me get into Douglas Luiz. I talk about him every day. We're always linked with him, either through Sancho or something. But Douglas Luiz was a baller. Let me not get this thing twisted. He was a baller for Villa. Man rated him. But then he went to Juventus. They're not rating him over there. They want him gone. They're saying, yo, we need the skeezer gone. They're not rating him. And look at the guy's injury record, bro. Look at Douglas Luiz's injury record. Last season, the guy missed 20 games, 100 days out injured. And that is in the Italian league, which is one of the most slowest leagues in Europe. Italian league is one of the most slowest leagues in Europe. Anyone will tell you that. They've got 35, 38-year-old defenders. It's the slowest league. And if you're breaking down like that, what's going to happen to you when you come back to the Prem, which is the most physical, fast-paced, people are pressing you 100 miles per hour? Come on, man. You ain't going to be able to hack it, bro. He's not going to be able to hack it, brother. I'm telling you. He's not going to be able to hack it. Calvert Lewin would be a good signing for Leeds. Exactly. He'd be a good signing for Leeds or fucking Burnley or something. With Kyle Walker. And Kuku not good enough, doing nothing at Chelsea. Yeah, he can't come. Calvert Lewandowski. Trust me. it would be him to score, innit? Nah, no more shopping at Chelsea. No way, bro. I'm done with him. They bump us. They always get a good deal. Ben Jacobs came out and said they're trying to get 50 million for Madueke. They want 50 million from Arsenal for Madueke, a player they don't even play. He hardly even played the Club World Cup. They're different. Too many players were getting offered linked or injury prone, and we're declining as well. We're declining, which is good. He's not a Serie A player, but bro, he's injury prone, bro. You can't have that all in one season. Look at the dates: 24, 25th season, 41 days, 9 days, that's 100 days injured. And you've missed 20 games. We've already got Mason Mount and Luke Shaw. And you got to remember, guys, AFCON is in December. If we get Mbeumo, Ahmad, Onana, and Mazraoui are all going AFCON, we need players to step off the bench and step in. We can't have him sitting on the bench with Mount and Luke Shaw. Come on, man. If he's moving like that in the Italian league, which is the slowest league, what's going to happen to him in the Prem? That's what I'm trying to say to you, to see what I'm coming with. In the Prem, it's more physical, it's more fast, it's more, you're pressing all the time. You're always running up and down. Even if we're getting counter-attacked, he's got to be running back or he's got to be running forward. Mate, it's not going to work, mate. Trust me. Please get this done. Great box-to-box play in my eyes. Boy, mate, Joe, if you want him, you take him. But I'm saying, if he starts getting injured every minute, what do we do then? We've literally just paying his wages to sit on the bench. And we've already got injury-prone players. We had Varane, we had Martial, we got Mason Mount, we got Luke Shaw. These guys live in the medical room. And then now to add another geezer that's on the same level as them is crazy. This is all in one season. At least Nkuku's one. Look at Nkuku's one. He's won different seasons at least. Look, 24, 25, he only got a knock. 23, 24, he got like 4 injuries then the rest of them are different years. This is all in 1 year, mate. It's all in the same season. All in the same season. Look at the geezer. 20 games. You think we can afford a player to be going 20 games not playing? Come on, man. And we got players going AFCON. Mate, I wouldn't take him. Just because of this. I think he's a baller and he's done good for Villa, but he's gone there. I heard he's had a stinker over there as well, by the way. And his injury record has been crazy. And you got to remember, when players get injured, they never come back the same player as well, you know. He might come back a different player. He might not be the same player he was at Villa. Mason Mount fee from Chelsea was too much. 65 million. Crazy. Mad. Osimhen, Cunha, and Mbeumo. What a front three. John, that would be a dope front three, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see how that one materializes. I'll get into Rashi, the Rashi news. This is what came out yesterday, basically. Remember, he's been twerking for them, going on podcasts. I want to play with Lamine Yamal. I want to play with the best, blah, blah, blah. Mate, Marcus Rashford is not currently on Barcelona's agenda. Rashford's agent made it known his desire to join, even more so to play alongside Lamine Yamal. But right now, it's more of a wish than reality. They don't want him, bro. Yeah? And let me show you something. I reckon he'll go Bayern. I reckon Rashi's got a better chance of going to Bayern Munich. Let me show you why. Bayern Munich are the newest club interested in Marcus Rashford. His name is in the Munich long list. This came out on the 1st of July. The date is at the bottom. You can see, yeah? So watch this. Look at that list. It's got Barcola, Nico Williams, Leao, and Luis Diaz. Barcola, as you can see at the top right, currently no chance for Bayern getting Barcola. He doesn't want to leave. And then you've got the bottom right, which just says Leao's name. So Leao cannot go. Nico Williams signed a new contract for Athletic Club, so he ain't going nowhere. Luis Diaz is not for sale. It's been said that. He's not for sale. Bayern already went to him and they said, yo, he's not for sale. Barcelona went for him and they said he's not for sale. Remember, you can't really go to approach Liverpool for a player right now anyway for at least 2 weeks because of the Jota stuff. Rest in peace, Jota, and rest in peace, Andrew Silva. So I don't think he's gonna, you get it? So I don't know, man. He really wants to go Barca, but they're not really rating him. They don't really want him because if that is the easiest deal to do, they're still saying that Luis Diaz is plan A for them and Barca and Rashford's plan B. Luis Diaz, they've already told you he's not for sale. How can he be plan A? So this is what I'm saying. It's crazy. The Rashford story is very sad because he wants them so bad, but they don't even want him. And if they wanted him, it'll be the easiest deal they can do. He's the cheapest out of the lot. He's 40 million. Luis Diaz is going to be about 70, 75. Nico Williams was 58 million euros, which is 50 million pounds, sorry. And so this is what I'm saying. It's sad that they don't want him. If they really wanted him, they could get him right now. And it's so easy. But they don't want him. And that's just the reality. Literally. Look at that. Nico Williams gone. That's off the charts. 58 million euros, 50 million pounds. Barca's alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford or Luis Diaz. What has Barca turned around and done? Fabrizio put it out yesterday and said Barcelona, their plan A is to go back for Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, they already went in for him on the 5th of June, and Ornstein said, Liverpool said he's not for sale. So they've already told you he's not for sale, and you're still going back for him. Rashi's, they don't really rate him. That's why I'm telling you, I reckon he's going to go to Bayern Munich. Because Bayern Munich, Musiala's injury yesterday, and remember, they let Leroy Sané go for free to Galatasaray, so they've got a spot there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's the situation. 44 likes, get it to 50. Come on, man, run up the likes, my peoples, man. It's free. It's just a button. Hit the button. We do this for you every day, man. Just run up the likes. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. We're always here for you, lot. Love for that, Chris. I appreciate it, bro. Arsenal will push for Rodrigo to Chelsea. The guy from Madueke, I don't know how they can spend all this money. They're saying they're going to get Rodrigo, Eze, Madueke, and Gyökeres. That's a lot of money, bro. I don't know how they're going to get all this money, bro. They spend every year as well. Last year, they spent. I understand Liverpool going crazy with all that money because they didn't spend last year. But how's Arsenal just going to be able to buy all of these players and they're not even selling anybody as well? It's crazy. They spent last year, but Marino, Calafiori. Who else did they get last year? Didn't they get someone else as well? So, I don't know, man. Speaking of injuries, that Musiala, yeah, man, I felt sorry for him, man. That looked nasty, man. That looked nasty, bruv. But I hope the best for my man, though, Musiala, man. I hope he gets a speedy recovery, man. I agree with you. Douglas Luiz a goal. You look like injury players, yeah? Injury-prone players. Rashford is literally Barca's last resort. I've been saying this all week, Samba. All week. I've been saying this, bro. I report everything and I show you lot, but I say the truth. I say, listen, I don't think they really rate him. Because they're going for everyone but him. And they're just saying, we're going to come in for you for a loan. Look at that bottom one. Look, it says, Manchester United and Barcelona are set to begin discussions in the next few days. He's eager to join. He's willing to take a pay cut. But then another report said they want to do a loan with a buy option. Not even a loan with obligation, option. So they don't even want him. It's sad, man. It's sad. Rashi to Galatasaray. I don't think he'll go there still. He wants to stay in the top 5 leagues as well. This guy's funny. Counter-attack here. Man United didn't buy Rodrigo we ain't got money, brother. We haven't got money we need to afford a striker. And of course, Rodrigo's a winger anyway. I think we're trying to buy 10s inside forwards. It doesn't suit what he's trying to do, innit? This guy, Temesgens, always wants loads of players. He's always playing FIFA on here, bro. Jonathan David was free. United couldn't sign him. I don't think that's the profile what they want, though, innit? They want like a bully. Have you not seen like Delap, Gyökeres, Osihmen? Someone that's strong. Jonathan David ain't really that type of profile. They might think he might not be physically up for it. You understand? So yeah, man. People, run up the likes, man. Run up the likes, my peoples, man. Make sure you subscribe as well. Let's get into Gyökeres. This is what came about Gyökeres. It's like Sporting's finally set their price, and that is saying that Sporting are willing to accept add-ons as part of their 80 million valuation of Victor Gyökeres, potentially 70. So basically 80 million euros is 69 million pounds. That's a deal for Gyökeres, man. But Arsenal see themselves as the only club in for Gyökeres. So they're basically saying sooner or later they'll be forced to lower their price because Gyökeres is going on strike. He don't want to go for training, nothing. He only wants to join Arsenal, apparently. So, mate, Arsenal think they're the only people in there. But I think Sporting will sit there and go, Man United want him as well, though. But if we move on, it might help Arsenal. But Arsenal are still far from that 80 million. So Arsenal don't want to pay 60 million pounds, 69 million pounds. They want to get him for less. And Fabrizio basically said, Arsenal keep working on Gyökeres. But remember, Ben Jacobs come out and said that, my man, they're working on Gyökeres and Sesko at the same time. That's what they do. They work on 2 players at the same time, and then at the end, they'll just pull the trigger on one of them. So we don't know. We don't know if they're playing a game for Gyökeres. They really want him or not. We're going to find out very soon, of course, because pre-season is coming soon for everyone. So we're going to know soon what's going on with that. But the situation right now is his price is 80 million, which is 69 million in pounds. Arsenal's basically, we've always known that they're ahead in the race, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. Musiala getting injured until the end of the year. Bayern will probably go for Rashford now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hoping for. And obviously, they got a list anyway. Like I just showed you, they got a list. If you look at the middle one, it says Sport World. They've got a list, and all the names on the list are not available apart from Rashford. Barcola, not available. It came out yesterday on the top right. He's not available. Leao, on the bottom right, it says, listen, talks were held, but no, we're not going for him. That's from the president of Bayern. Luis Diaz, Liverpool are saying he's not for sale, and Nico Williams just signed a new contract with Athletic. The only other player on this list is Marcus Rashford. So I think they're going to go for him. So yeah, that's the situation with that. For those that missed it, when I showed about the Mbeumo news, and I played a video of what Ben Jacobs said the other day about Mbeumo as well, how close it is with Mbeumo. So yeah, you know what I'll do? I'll play the video first, and then I'll get into Mbeumo. Don't worry, I've got you.
This sort of last Friday before pre-season starts, what's your latest understanding of the Mbeumo news?
Yeah, they're still in talks, and let's see what happens today or over the weekend, because Manchester United's expectation is the same, that they'd ideally like to get Bryan Mbeumo in time for when they return for pre-season on July the 7th. They're not going to be reckless or rash. It will be disciplined in the manner in which they try and get this over the line. But I think a lot was made of the rejected bid, but actually you take that 3 weeks between bid 1 and bid 2 to get it as close as possible to standing a chance of success. And when Manchester United bid number 1, they felt like it probably would be turned down, but it's starting a point when you can actually get into conversations. Then when the second bid was made, they felt actually that did stand a realistic chance of success. It was rejected, but in a very different way to the first one, because the parties immediately continued talking and finessing. And this deal is really just about the structure and the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done. Whether that's today or tomorrow, let's see. But remember, Manchester United's original expectation was to try and do the medical this week. We've still got a couple of days left, and to make sure that Mbeumo was in either for July the 7th or as close to that date as possible. And right now, it's just really about the payment structure, about the add-ons. And those add-ons are really important because Manchester United's bid was 55 million, a number in terms of the guaranteed fee relatively acceptable to Brentford, and then 7.5 million in add-ons. Cunha, remember, 62.5 million guaranteed, 3 installments because there was a release clause. So to get it to that same number, the add-ons have to be gettable, or Manchester United need to raise the guaranteed part and then maybe leave the add-ons as less gettable. And this is what's being finessed. So it's not just the number, it's the structure of the deal. And my understanding is the broad number, whether that ends up being 62.5 or 65 million, the broad number is acceptable to Brentford, but it's the structure of the deal, the payment terms, how gettable the add-ons are. And that is what they're discussing at the moment. And I'm expecting a breakthrough relatively soon.
What's your understanding of the story that was sort of surfaced in a few days ago that during every and a lot of United fans who just want us to pay the asking price day one and not negotiate have kind of bit on this story, which is every time we go back to negotiate, Brentford essentially put the price up further. Is there any truth to that?
I don't think so. This 70 million number is not one that I've ever recognised from speaking to sources. And I think it was born out of the fact that Brentford wanted a bidding war, and shock horror immediately after Thomas Frank is appointed as the new Tottenham boss. Tottenham allegedly placed a £70 million bid, which allegedly meets Brentford's asking price. And yet, where was the acceptance if that was true? And there wasn't acceptance because my understanding is there simply wasn't a bid. Tottenham pretty strongly deny that they ever made that kind of offer. So I feel like Brentford, as you would expect in a negotiation, it's normal. It's nothing particularly surprising, trying to get the highest possible number. And to do that, they need a little bit of competitive tension. But I don't think Tottenham ever bid. We discussed this on the show a couple of weeks ago. Brian Mbeumo only wants Manchester United, but clearly very welcome and beneficial to Brentford to be able to say, Mbeumo's old manager's now joining Spurs. Spurs are looking to strengthen in that position. It's absolutely true that Tottenham were interested in Mbeumo, but prior to Thomas Frank being appointed, Mbeumo had told all suitors that had approached him he only wanted Manchester United. So Manchester United have felt in control of this negotiation for quite some time, but they have to respect Brentford. And I don't think it's particularly abnormal or slow to go from bid one, way off, to bid two, not that far off, to bid three, get the deal done. It's pretty much mirrored the path of Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, where they bid once, it got dismissed out of hand. They waited a little bit, they discussed it. Yesterday, they bid 55 million. It's not instantly accepted, but as of last night, advancing and very close. And second bids and third bids, when you're still at the table, are usually quite encouraging, because you know if you're still talking, even if officially they've been turned down, that's the time when you start finessing and start to say, we're not that far off. And this is where Manchester United are with Mbeumo. So I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think Manchester United remain optimistic that this deal will get done sooner rather than later.
So that's the situation there. And then look, this is just what's come out today. He basically just broke it down and said, listen, we're optimistic. It's close, mate. You understand? It's close. And really, the fact that they rejected it is mad because it's close. But the next bid has to get it done. And look at Brian Mbeumo to United could be finalised by the end of Monday. And Mbeumo has made it clear he does not want to return to Brentford. So if you go off what Ben Jacobs said yesterday and go off what is happening today, there's a lot of correlation. Like, ooh. So I don't know about Graham Bailey. I don't know if this is true. Like I said, if it is true or if it ain't, it's killing his whole career, because you can't say something this mad that he does not want to go to Brentford. And everyone goes back to training tomorrow, Monday. So we'll see what happens with Mbeumo. But, mate, it's looking promising. Ben Jacobs broke the news and he's saying, listen, they're optimistic it's going to happen. So there's no one else better to tell us about Mbeumo than Ben Jacobs, because he broke the news. Do you know what I'm saying? To me, this is another story what is dragging on. If we buy Gyökeres, we buy Gyökeres. Yeah, I don't even care no more of Gyökeres. I'll take Watkins. I don't even mind Watkins now. So that's the situation with that. Brentford will accept 60 million in 3 installments plus 3 million add-ons. Yeah, I reckon they would. I reckon they just want 60 million up front as well. Lamine, I'm with you with that one. I think they want 60 million up front because we gave them 55. So they want 60 million promised, and then you can give them whatever on add-ons. Even if it's 4 or 5 million, I think that would be enough. I don't know why it's taking them so long though, but mate, it seems like things are happening. We ain't heard nothing about Mbeumo for ages. But Ben Jacobs has said what he said. And then now this has come out about Mbeumo this morning. So hopefully tomorrow's a big day. Hopefully we hear some more stuff about it later. But we'll see. So yeah, that's it more or less finalized. I'll be back on later. Love to everyone that's been in the chat. Appreciate all of you lot. Make sure you lot hit up the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We do this every day. I'll shout you lot in a bit. Make sure you all have a great day in a bit.
Some celebs pull up local. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more